Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Moncabello. We're back again on the Street Podcast. We got the whole gang.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
come
sir.
on,
What's
energy,
up,
guys.
sir?
Come on.
Yes, sir. What's up?
Okay. Today we're gonna speak about 2023. I think everybody should introduce themselves.
Hey, my name is Caesar, and you said like one word.
Yeah.
For my 2023, it's like intense.
Intense.
Yeah, it was really intense from the beginning until the end, but it was real. It was a real year, I guess.
What's up, everybody? I'm T from Menso. 2023. I'd say growth and foundation, hey? Growth and foundation. Even though it was intense and real, but growth and foundation.
Oh, my name's Son of Soul. My 2023 in one word would be consistency. I learned how to be more consistent as well as disciplined.
Hi, I'm Aspen X, and 2023, one word, horrific, cause like damn.
That's so real. What's up, guys? It's Shudu. One word. I would say complicated. Like, goddamn, from beginning to the end, complicated. Like, it was nice, but like, there was just so many things that happened that were like hectic. So complicated.
Shit. What's up? It's Neil Cupid. 2023 was traumatizing, bro. Like straight up, I won't lie. It was my last year of uni, so yeah. Just thinking about it is crazy, bro.
2023 was confusing. I feel like I'll expatiate more on that as we keep talking about it, but it was confusing as hell. So, yeah.
It was good. You all know who I am. 2023 for me was sometimes confusing, sometimes great. If I have to say, but the majority of it was like great, I think another question I have for you all is like, what was your favorite thing about the year 2023? And yeah.
I think what I liked about it is that although it was confusing, it was kind of like a way for me to like learn who I am, because in that confusion I was starting to understand myself even better. And yeah,
I'd say the best part of it was the growth. There was a lot of growth, through all like the trauma or what. But yeah, like T said, like there was a lot of foundation set place.
What's the question again?
Best part.
Okay. The best part, I think for me, is the fact that I really put myself out there last year. Like, so many spaces that I was like kind of like scared or second guess being in, or conversations or like projects. I really put myself out there last year, so that was my favorite thing, and the connections I've built from that.
My favorite thing about 2023, probably like character development. I think I got a deeper lore in 2023. But yeah, and learning that people are disposable.
I don't know. I feel like tapping into like different like spaces within like the art industry, Like, I feel like that for me was like, that was my favorite thing about it.
I think my favorite thing had to be that my mama finally got the piece of land that she wanted to. Like, she's been fighting to get the house that she's been dreaming about for a while, and was stuck in a tough position for a while. So I'm happy that she's living the life that she deserves.
It taught me to stand up, like to actually stand up for myself and stand inside, like in my art or whatever I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? And to actually say, yeah, that is my work and this is what it means, and be proud of it. So yeah.
Okay, I think my favorite thing about 2023 was like being able like to put myself out there more, and actually meeting all you guys, all you incredible guys, and yeah, creating this relationship we have and this deep connection with y'all. I think it matters to me a lot. It means a lot to me. Okay, yeah, I don't. Yeah, bro, because I come from before, like, I had friends. I used to be like very like alone and stuff, and ever since like I put myself out there, I was able to meet you guys and and have that family. Yeah, I think when it comes to like mental issues, like I felt like there was a lot of ups and downs last year. Obviously it doesn't like stay constant. I dealt with a lot alone, and I was able to talk about it like freely because I had to get it out. I can't just keep it in. I feel like when it comes to like mental issues, you need to like talk about it no matter what. I always tell this to T and Michael to say, whatever you're going through, just talk about it. Just let's see how we can go through it. Yeah. So what kind of mental issues have y'all gone through that y'all feel comfortable to talk about? That y'all feel like really impacted you?
I don't know. You gave the mic straight to me. Like, I knew like what to say. Like, oh my God. I don't know, man. Take it one day at a time, man. It's not easy, trying to make it to the next day or like the next year or like the next 5 years or the next 10 years. Sometimes we don't even know like where we're going and stuff. So I feel like just taking it like one day at a time and one step at a time. Like,
just like she was saying, it's something that can take years, right? And I feel that if that's the case, you have to have something that's going to sustain you for that period, right? So you need to find something that you can hold on to. Like, just imagine it like a pole and there's a freaking wind blowing and you need to hold on to something. You need to find that thing for you. That could be art, that could be going to the gym, whatever it is for you. I feel like it's important for you to have that one thing that you can hold on to, and that's a good way to survive that.
When it comes to mental issues, the first thing that I'll always say is change the way you speak to yourself, change your vocabulary. The words that you say have power. The means in which you describe yourself has power. How far you see yourself going, and the way you study. If you say you're dumb, if you say you won't get it, you won't. You've told yourself, and you've now created that habit to constantly put yourself down before anyone else can, because you feel like it's easier that way. So first, learn how to compliment yourself. Learn how to look in the mirror and say, I like this, I like that. Don't say you don't like as many things as you don't like. Notice what you do, and then slowly from there just get into your skin and truly find out who you are.
I feel like one of the things I went through like last year, and like seeing like my friends that I grew up with like accomplish their dreams, like I felt like I was behind in life. I don't know if that makes sense. Like they were doing all this great stuff, like getting married and stuff. I don't know, and I just feel like
married,
not yet. I'm just making an example. Like them traveling the world. I just like felt a lot of pressure to actually like keep up, if that makes sense. And then I felt like I wasn't like doing what I needed to be doing. I wasn't satisfied with myself at the time. But I learned that everybody has their own path, everybody has their own direction in life. We can't afford a trip to Dubai and stuff like that. We still have issues, we still have, and financially too, I had a lot of struggles. So I feel like that's one thing that, and also social media
Doesn't help it.
Social media also played a big role in my mental health.
How do you look at social media? Let me be more specific. Is it your means of networking? Is it your means of showing who you are? Or is it your mosque where you feel safest because that's who you can portray? Like, you can portray the best version of yourself, or do you want to portray the worst version of yourself? Or do you feel like you need to live up to an image?
In our generation, like, social media is like, it's like a staple, bro. You can't live without it, and you can't like, like, you need to be on that shit in order to have like a life. You can, especially even in work.
Especially at our
like everyone needs to be on socials. Like, say you have a brand or you model or you you DJ or some shit, you need to be on social media, bro, and you need to be popping at the same time. That's why like everyone is feeling all that pressure. Like you need to like post your best shit. You need to like be consistent, but it's overrated, bro. It's hella overrated, but we don't have a choice but to like fall into it.
Yeah, kind of on that tangent. Like, as a creative, obviously you need to expand your stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna be expanded by you just as much as walking around and selling CDs is gonna do a lot for you. It needs to be promoted on social media if you're gonna get those real sales. You know what I'm saying?
And even
On
if you want to
app.
be taken
Yeah,
seriously, bro.
if you want to be taken seriously, like, and it's also just about expansion. I feel like social media is, you shouldn't, I don't want to say don't look at it like that. I feel like it's just about expansion.
Also, like a platform. I'm sorry.
Yeah, a way for you to like grow and go outside of what is already here next to you.
Yeah, like basically like looking at it as a platform to grow whatever that you are working on, whether it's art or whatever it is. Like I feel like it's good because it can help you grow. Like it's a good platform, especially for like creatives.
I don't know how I feel about social media, because I saw this one TikTok where the person was basically talking about how artists can't really create art because of social media marketing and like the pressure to fit into an algorithm. So like I don't know how to really feel about it, because I also feel like to some extent not everybody's their self on there, because like you need to appeal to a market or a niche constantly, so you can't really create something that's purely you. You're always thinking about resales and
But then again, like I feel like you can create your own algorithm, you can create your own niche, you know. Like as much as like if you have the consistency going in whatever that you're doing, you will attract the right market that will love what you're doing for exactly what it is. You know. So I feel like the problem is that like people are trying to like copy and paste what they're seeing on social media, you know.
I don't know how I feel about social media, because like everything, it has its good and bad, you know. But I feel like people take social media too seriously.
Okay.
Like the fun is gone now. Like that's why we can't be ourselves, because like restrict them, and like, you know, if you're not like your pictures are in a certain way, you're not just, you know, like how everyone's dressing. Like I feel like it also impacts you, because you feel like you need to keep up with everything that's happening. If you don't keep up with it, no one's gonna be on your page, no one's gonna support your brand, no one's gonna talk about your music, you know. So it's kind of like a mind fuck. Like you need it, but then it can also be like so consuming. So like I don't know. I think you need to take your breaks.
How I think about it, right, is like expanding on your topic about like the timeline and all of that. I feel like with social media, right, it kind of shows you other people's lives, right, and shows you their timeline, and you try to align yourself with their time as opposed to just sticking to where you are at that time, you know. So if you don't find yourself being content with where you are and trying to progress towards the niche that you want to attract, you will always feel as though social media is a bad thing, as opposed to a tool that you can use to like expand the image that you want to be perceived as.
But now, when we also look at it as a means of expansion, isn't it hard to expand on these platforms because it's so oversaturated?
Exactly.
I mean, everyone's on social media. Anyone can get on social media too. This isn't something that's hard to do. It's not being oversaturated. Isn't it hard to be seen at the same time?
Yeah, but I think it should be less trying to be seen, right, and more trying to attract your community, right? If you feel at home, you won't care how many people are looking at you. If you're with 3 people that you're comfortable with, that's more than enough for you, because you get to be yourself. You know what I mean?
But do people find it enough?
Do people find what enough exactly?
Do people find 3 people enough? Do they find that minimal amount enough?
If you want to be seen, right, on a grand scale, that's what you want to do, right? Because it's up to the individual at the end of the day. Do you want 1,000 people seeing you? Is that enough? For me, if I have 10 people that can relate to what I'm doing, right, and enjoy what we're doing, that's more than enough for me, you know? Like for instance, say playing basketball, right? It's a 10-man sport, like it's 5-on-5, right? That's more than enough. If you need an audience, that's something completely different. I enjoy what I'm doing with those 9 other people, you know, and that's how I view it.
I agree with you. You know, it's all about enjoying what you do, but at the end of the day, you're not gonna eat that enjoyment, and it's not gonna pay for your resources too. So I think we need to consider like having a lot of people that actually see your work. It leads to profit, sales, you actually getting something to eat out of what you love to do.
Okay.
Like, I feel like it's not even intentional. You just end up being in that.
Yeah.
Like, imagine now you didn't expect to blow up or whatever. Like, you were just pushing your stuff and people started seeing you and you're like, oh, there are people that really support my things. Now people are offering you deals. Now people want to pay you to perform. Like, it becomes like a job. Like, that's why I feel like it can be so consuming unintentionally, because like it's all that you know to some point. Yeah,
sure.
like you become dependent on it. So
Sure.
that's kind of like the fucked
Yeah,
up
it's like
part.
also like when you put out like what can I say, work according to the algorithm, right? So you're getting all the views, but and then as soon as you show the real you and like whatever you want to put out,
Yeah.
the views go down, and that messes with your head.
Yeah.
Right, because people don't want to
Yeah,
see
it does
that.
mess with
They don't
your
want to
head.
see what you like. They want to see what they like. You understand? I feel like that there's also like a part that I've seen about social media, because I've realized this, like whenever I put out like a funny video, there's a lot of views and there's a lot of interaction with the video. But as soon as I talk about serious things like what we're talking about right now, the views go down.
Yeah.
There's only like a few people who interact with their post. You understand?
But I think it's about like also what he was saying, like being
Yeah.
content with that.
With
it's
that,
like, okay, those other videos get like 5,000 views, but like
not-
the ones that I like only get like 800.
Yeah.
Am I content with the fact that I'm still getting 800, or do I want it to be 5,000?
Yeah.
Then you end up doing things that don't align with you, you know?
Yeah. Also, like when it comes to being a job, brands are
Okay.
also looking at this, your numbers, and they're like, they don't approach you as much.
I hear
You
that.
understand? So that also plays. But I feel like we shouldn't even look at the views like that. You know,
Yeah,
just
like,
put
let's
out what you want to put
yeah.
out. Just be authentic.
Just do your thing, bruh.
On the same thing about social media now becoming a job, essentially it's now the newest 9 to 5 that we can think of, right? We're all trying to avoid 9 to 5s, but we run to social media as our first option. It's become a 24/7. You actually work overtime. You're working sleepless nights now. It consumes your time. That's the question. Remember that now, if you're doing it for the views, you're not doing what you love anymore. It's simply another 9 to 5. It's now finding that balance of doing what you love as well as getting paid from it. That I feel like that's the conflict that every creative is coming to.
Yeah.
Like we don't know what to do at that crossroad.
Yeah.
Because it's either that we fall into the system that we've been trying to avoid to make money and to survive, or we're trying to go against the system and we become starving artists. So where is the balance?
I don't know. I think it's about understanding that there's like what 8 billion people in the world, and as much as your work is not necessarily mainstream, there's 8 billion people in the world, and there has to be at least like 100,000 that like what you do. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's about standing to your integrity as an artist or your brand, and working on that and building yourself off of that kind of foundation type shit. And then when it comes to moving to doing things for brand deals, like when it comes to doing things for brand deals, I don't know, I feel like we need to find, like you said, a balance between what we want to do and what is going to get us what we want. But then it's like a rebuttal of understanding that there's always somebody who's gonna like what you do, no matter what you think. Like somebody out there will like what you do. So yeah, so don't always like settle for what you see is quick, because instant gratification dies down quickly.
There's no such thing as instant gratification. If you got it instantly, you didn't work for it. You didn't work hard enough for it. I mean, you've seen those gents that get their first car. Oh my God, they take care of it. they'll wash it, they'll make sure the tires are clean, interior, exterior, because they worked for it. They want to make sure it's pristine. They want to make sure it lasts. They want to make sure that this thing that they've invested so much time into is now that reward that they truly want. We're looking for that easy fix, that quick blow up, that 100K song that's just going to send us to the top. Instead of, sitting down and being like, can I connect with people? I don't know if you guys have heard about the artist Banksy. The man who broke into museums and installed his art there. He gained no profit from that. I mean, he gained attention, definitely so, but no use of social media, no use of videography. He simply put his art there and left. He wanted it to be viewed and noticed, but he couldn't get it into the museum, so he snuck it in himself. Do you feel like things like that would still be done in this era of the internet?
No. Nobody's gonna do that because of the access we have now because of the internet. As well as, it's not about the art anymore. It's about the paycheck. At the end of the day, nobody's creating art to make it art. They're making it so that they can eat from it.
Also, it comes down to being authentic. How important do you guys think is authenticity? Authenticity. Yeah, I always struggle with that word. I don't know why. How important do you guys think that is?
I don't want to say it's the only way, but why are you doing what you're doing if you're not going to be authentic about it? At the end of the day, it's not going to make you happy, so be authentic about it.
Some people don't care about authenticity.
I get what you're saying when it comes to authenticity. People don't care about authenticity.
I feel like people are not really trying to be original
anymore
now. People are not trying to make original concepts and stuff now. They're just trying to hop on a wave and stuff. So the trends, and it's not really. I mean, it's working out for some people. We can't lie about that. But sometimes just staying true to yourself might actually help you go further than you think. Yeah.
Facts. Especially in the fashion industry right now, I feel like everybody's okay, I can just get a sewing machine, get some fabric, do this thing. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Yes, anybody can make clothes, but not everybody can make clothes, you know?
Yeah, sure.
People want to be doing what's trending. Oh, cargos. Oh, and that everybody's doing cargos. Everybody's doing cargos.
Yeah.
Even in dressing, there's no originality anymore. Oh, this is what's popping. I'm aware of that. And they, people don't even try to put their personality into it anymore. It's just about okay, this is what's selling. This is what's on the Explore page. I'm trying to look like the Explore page,
I was about to say it's back to the topic of niche and target market and stuff. I feel you really have to understand your style and who you are, because there's lifestyle brands, we have your Shein people, we have different types of people. So I feel the more people see that, the more people are just trying to just tap.
Yeah.
Wait, speaking about niches, we've heard the term that we can all create a niche, right? Yeah. I mean, it's simply about identifying the target audience and knowing what the people want. What niches would you want to create or want to see? What do you feel isn't targeted? What do you feel is missing? What do I feel isn't targeted? I feel men's fashion it's not targeted. I mean,
really?
Jewelry maybe.
Okay.
In the jewelry section, I know men drip out, but I feel the man's silhouette isn't taken far enough. I mean, there's so much to do with the female silhouette. Yes, there's curves, there's figure. We're left with a very boxy silhouette a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And there's so much more to do with it. Understandable, that's what's it complements us, but find the uncomplimentary things that still look good.
So I'm not gonna talk about a specific theme, but I'm gonna talk about differentiation. There's not enough of that. Everybody's trying to do the same thing, how we said. Everybody's trying to hop on a trend. I feel artists should focus on more of being authentic and being different also, and bringing something new to people. I feel that's the formula, man. Being different, because
there are people there. As much as we think there's no one that would there are people. Yeah, there are people that actually would tap into whatever that you like, as long as it's different. Like there are people out there that are also different. Like that's one thing we also need to remember.
So when it comes to being authentic, right? Like how would you feel as an artist? Maybe you've worked on a certain like piece or whatever, and then a brand with more money or more resources comes and steals your designs and that you've worked for like over years and stuff like that.
Well, that actually happened to me, and I didn't have the necessary paperwork to prove it's mine. I didn't have the patents, I didn't have the legal forms. I had a drawing over a year proving that it is my creation, but I had nothing saying that I had the copyrights to it. I had nothing saying that I can hold it to myself. So if it does happen, simply align yourself correctly to make sure that your creative expression is yours.
I brought it up because that also happened to me, you know. Like I've worked on something and then I've seen it being replicated a lot of times, and obviously I'm gonna let it slide because I'm not trying to be bitter about it or anything like that, but it also like I chose to look at the positive side of it, that I have some sort of influence in the creative industry or whatever. And yeah, I mean, I feel like it's not worth it like going after it like that. That's how you know. That's how you know. Yeah.
People are biting your shit.
Exactly. That's how you know you made it.
So we defined what 2023 was in a word or a few words, right? At the end of 2024, what do you want to define this year as? What word do you want to find yourself defining it as?
Money.
Content. I want to be content.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Obviously. I mean obviously, but also like a bit of like real happiness.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, we've been sad for too long.
Real.
Yeah, happiness. Just like I really want to be happy for the first time in a long time. Like in 2024, I really want to feel what it feels like to be happy again.
Real, like genuine shit.
Damn, y'all are eating.
Yeah, money.
Besides money, bruh. Like,
No, but money brings happiness.
fact. I'm sorry. I'm still keeping that word. Contentment. Like, I want to be content. I feel like that's one thing I was missing last year. It applied to so many aspects of my life, even things that I worked on, like projects I was not content with because I was doing it at the wrong time. I was doing it because I felt pressured. You know, even with certain relationships, I wasn't content. So I really hope to be like, 2024, I'm cool with everything. Like, I'm happy with where I'm at. You know?
Yeah, money. I said it.
Wait.
I want to be.
Okay, I said.
I want to be fulfilled. That's,
You want to be fulfilled?
Yeah, for me, that's the most important thing. 2024, the rest of my life, that's what I want. I just want fulfillment, and that's it.
One more thing. I just want all of us to go up, man. We all growing up. I see billboards.
Yeah.
I say billboards.
Yeah,
I say
yes, sir,
traveling.
yes, sir,
I say
yes,
billboards.
sir.
I say traveling. I'ma end it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with me, like love, fulfillment, and financial freedom, I think. Yeah.
Let's all pray. Let's all pray Mo gets love this year, guys.
Nah.
Let's all get the candles out.
I think that's the end of the episode.
Manifestation.
Thank you guys for tuning in. If you tuned in until here, you're a real one. Subscribe, and that's about it. Shout out, guys.